and essentially what you think people will be typing into Google. So another way to generate ideas is to put in your home page or a specific web page or a blog article that you have. That'll really throw up ideas for you. A great way to use this section is to put in a high-ranking competitor and see what keywords people are typing in to really land on that page. Another thing you can do is use this product categories section. So this will pull keywords from Google's database, and you can narrow it down quite a lot. Just say consumer electronics, let's say GPS and navigation, GPS devices. So that's just an example, but it shows you how deep you can kind of go into it if you want. Great, so once you have filled in one or all three of these sections, what you can do then is move on to targeting, and you can target it by location and language, and if you want to, just on Google or Google and the search partners, so that's its display network including YouTube. So I mean, locations, you can get quite deep into it as well. You can do specific countries or specific regions, and then language, say if you wanted to target say Brazil, then you can just put in Brazil there and Portuguese. So there's also options to customize your search, so you can if you want to do average monthly searches, they say above 1,000 searches, you can put it in there, or say below 10,000, you can put it in there as well. Suggested bid is, again, this is something that gives an indication of how well these keywords convert. So you might want to put it a suggested bid above, say, $1 or $2. And then competition, high, medium, low. Let's go into that a little bit more detail, and then you can come back and change those settings if you want. Keyword options as well, I'd be inclined to just leave these all off, but you can maybe narrow it down if you're finding that your search is just too many unrelated keywords. Great, so we've just finished then the orientation of the first option within the keyword planner tool. Let's just quickly review the two other options, and we'll be able to get through these a lot quicker. This is the option to get search volume for a list of keywords. So this is really a list of keywords that you already have, and then you want to determine the actual search volumes for them. So all you need to do is choose the file, upload it there, and again you've got some of the options there for targeting. Great, so let's look at the final option, which is multiple keyword lists. This is probably the one I use less frequently, but it can be great for e-commerce because it really allows you to mash up a lot of different words and get a lot of different combinations. So what I've done in this example here is just really put in a couple of different colors, a couple of different brands, and a couple of different products that they make. And really what we want to see is what combination of those has the highest search volume. So let's have a look. So red Nike sneakers has the highest monthly searches in all locations, which is 390. Red Nike shorts as well, 390. And as we move down, we can see the least popular for average monthly searches is well, it goes down to gray Puma hoodies, which gets less than 10 searches a month. That's what that means if that's blank like that. So great, that really wraps up our introduction and orientation to the keyword planner tool. Great, so welcome to the on-page optimization section of the course. Now that we've chosen our keywords, what we want to do is place those keywords on our web pages in the places that search engines are looking for them. If we do this, the search engines are going to index our web pages a lot more accurately, and as a result, we have a much better chance of appearing at the top of the search results for those particular terms. So as well as keyword placement, we're going to look at some of the other factors that are important for on-page optimization. And so by the end of this section, you'll understand the anatomy of a perfectly optimized page, and you can use this as a blueprint going forward. Just remember that this section is called on-page optimization, not just on website optimization. So this is a process and a blueprint that you're going to follow for every new page that you publish, whether it be your home page, landing page, blog posts. This is a process that you're going to continually use over and over on an individual page basis. So the first part of on-page optimization that we want to look at is URL optimization. And really, I guess the message here is that search engines treat URLs the way that real humans would. So essentially you want to make them readable, you want to make them keyword rich, and you want to make them short. So as I said, you want to make them readable. So you want to avoid something like yourdomain.com/p equals 123. Neither the search engines or a real human can really understand what your page is about if your URL is like that. What you really want to have is yourdomain.com / whatever keyword you're targeting for that particular page. What you want to avoid is something that's, you maybe have your keyword there, but you include the full post title in the URL itself. It's just a little bit too long, and plus the search engines only will really look at the first 3 to 5 words in the URL. Just another thing to avoid as well is make sure that your URLs and the words that are in the URLs are separated using hyphens. So as you can see here, keyword hyphen or target hyphen keyword hyphen. That's the format you want. You don't want to have URLs with underscores. I'll show you an example of how you can edit your URL. And I'm just going to do this in the admin panel of a demo WordPress site. Essentially, you're going to be able to make these same changes in whatever website builder you're using. But let's say my title of the article I want to publish here is about URL optimization. And as you can see, by default, it's pulled the URL from the post title. So you can see that there's hyphens separating the words, which is great. It's got my keyword at the start of the URL as well, which is perfect. And if I want as well, I can shorten it down if I have quite a long post title, just down to the core keyword itself. That makes it a little bit easier, if you're posting it across social networks, want people to link to it, that they won't have to shorten your URL using a tool like Bitly, etc. So that can be a good thing to do as well. So in this lecture, we want to have a look at the title tag and meta description, understand what they are, how you can change them, and how they give your SEO a boost. So to really understand the title tag and meta description better, let's have a look at a couple of real examples. So as you can see, I've typed into the search box home insurance here, and the first result that's come up is from this website 123.ie, an insurance company here in Ireland. So just a reference back to our previous lecture about URL optimization, you can see that it's 123.ie / their target keyword, which is home insurance. So top marks to them there. But we really want to look at in this lecture the title tag, which is this here, and then this is called a search snippet. And really Google pulled this from two places, either one from your copy, or if you set a meta description tag, they'll usually use that. So let's the title tag is really the most important on-page SEO factor. So there's a couple of things that you really want to keep in mind when you're writing this. First thing is that you want to front load your keyword in the title tag like they've done here. So you can see home insurance is at the very start of the title tag. What you also want to keep in mind secondly is to keep it 55 characters or under, otherwise it's going to be cut off and won't appear in the search results. So you can see here they've kept it short, whereas here it's being cut off because it's obviously a bit too long. So make sure all your message is in 55 characters and under. And then finally, you just want to make sure that you have a different title tag for every page on your website, or specifically the ones that you're going to rank for, because if it's the most SEO, or if it's the most important on-page factor, and you haven't thought about it and changed it, tailored it to the page, well then that's obviously going to affect your rankings. So just finally on the title tag, the other place it appears is in the tab of the browser, and I guess that's good when people have a lot of browsers over to click back to your page. So let's talk a little bit about the meta description now, and there's a couple of tips that I have for you on this as well. So firstly, you want to include action orientated language. So you can see here that they've done very well, and they're saying protect your home. So there's a call to action there. Other words and verbs that you could use for call to action are things like learn, grab, discover. There are other things you can do, and obviously they've done that well here. Not as well maybe here, home insurance. Here they've done it better, get €60 off. Not as well here. Compare cheap home insurance, they've done it better there. Okay, so the second thing about meta descriptions, what you want to keep in mind is, you want to offer a solution or, to whatever the person is searching for. So, they've done it here. Protect your home, insurance you can count on, see how you can save with a quick online quote. So that's pretty good. See how you can save. It's quick, it's online, it's a quote. So that is a good way to entice people, engage them. Obviously people are reviewing these before they click through, so it's important to think about how you are presenting that you're going to solve their problems. So the other thing to think about as well is the length of it. You want to keep it under 50 or 155 characters and otherwise it's going to be cut off. So you can see here that they've done well there. Again here it's too long, so it's being cut off. So really there could be something important back there, but I'm not going to see it. Include your keywords as well in the meta description. So they've got home insurance, home insurance here as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So really, that's the title tag, how to write it. That's the meta tag, how to write it. Just remember, don't forget your keyword research. The keyword research is really going to feed into this as well. Obviously, you'll front load your keyword there and put it throughout, and synonyms in the meta description as well. Don't stuff your keyword in there because obviously it doesn't look natural to users, and they won't click through if it looks spammy. Let's return to my example WordPress page that I'm publishing, just so we're clear on how to write the title